YouTube. She's you. Oh, I have to mention the name YouTube. Yeah. Well, I don't watch the news too much at all, really, unless like it's something that someone shows me, kind of. But I'm hearing the news. Roe vs. Wade turned over, and people are, well, not people, individuals are upset. Whether religious or whatever things that you want to talk about, if you don't value life and you don't have the insight and the enlightenment to understand life, to see how special it is, the gift of it, maybe you don't understand. And I'm not for either side. I'm not for this, I'm not for that. I'm like the one person who just doesn't care about the politics. I don't care about your politics. I don't care. I don't care about this politics. But, and I also have a platform where I can speak from, because my own mother had an abortion. My dad's girlfriend had an abortion. I mean, I could have other siblings out there, you know, that could have existed, and maybe I wanted that. You know, did someone give me a choice in that matter? No. Am I upset about it? No. I love my mom. You know, and you know, the truth is, abortion torments women. Most women, unless they don't have no heart. Or, I mean, I shouldn't even say that, because that'd be kind of judgmental, because I'm not a woman. But from the personal experience I've had with close women near me, many women, not just one. But I just want to speak because my mom is someone I can definitely represent, because she's my mother and she's not here no more, so I'm free to talk. And in doing so, the women I know, most of them were damaged. And I say that, sexually abused as children by close family members or friends or neighbors or whatever. And it seems to me that those are the women sometimes that have these experiences where they want to abort children. If you think about that, how our minds can have issues. So, and then also being general, let's generalize this, women and men are different. I could get into the subject of being gay and all that things. We'll stay out of that for right now. I believe that I personally have been enlightened with things, with truth from a higher power, if you will. I'm not claiming God is some person, claiming there's a force, there's forces at work out there. And there are forces at work. And with that being said, I would say that forces being at work, sorry, I'm telling somebody to go in the house, forces at work. If you have forces at work, there has to be a good and bad, right? I don't know. But let's just say there are good and bad forces. Negative, positive energy. Let's say goodness is real. Right? Would I subject every woman to every law, every man to every law? But I believe things have gotten confused. I believe our minds, our hearts, wherever you want to call our souls, I believe there's an energy in us even that we can become so fixed on something that we can start to, like genetics, DNA starts to evolve, or do you want to call it? Well, I believe mentalities can start to evolve and create and make different situations for people who might not think they are what they are. I mean, it can get crazy because the mind is a powerful thing, right? Back to the abortion, though. The women I know, I've always loved them, even though their choices were what they were. Now, if those women made those choices again afterwards, they might be held to a different standard. So with that being said, who are we to judge, right? I mean, is it our job to judge? But it is our job to also make known that life is real. I'm not picking sides here. I'm trying to do is give a example of how to learn how to love each other. Because if you let this system divide you and separate you and create hate between each other over stuff. You know what I mean? Over stuff. And yes, this is a big choice. But with big choices become big responsibilities, right? So let's be responsible today. I mean, I don't even know the full logistics of it because I hate politics. I hate all the laws. I hate the rules. I hate that stuff, right? Some of it's good, but most of it, we don't need it, right? But let's say, I mean, when someone has a baby in their belly, I mean, I guess there's a certain amount of time they're saying, even when people near me who had abortions think it's sick, after a certain amount of time, take that baby, and just kill it and extinguish its life and never give it the chance, right? And I have children, so my children can be a pain in the ass, the butt, whatever you want to call it, but they didn't ask to exist, no, but they're here, and it's hard being a parent in these times and days, and with all these things, influences going on with the internet and the spread of information, and it's good, it's bad, but it's hard. It's hard because I want to promote love. I don't want to promote division or hate. So whether it's Roe versus Wade or Tom versus Hank and Millie versus Manili, Vanilla who, whatever, you see what I'm saying? All these names and all these people, what matters is that we learn to love each other, because when we learn to love each other, these choices might not be there. I mean, if we loved ourselves, if we cared about ourselves and seen the true light inside of us, the reason why we exist, not for all this stuff that people war and fight over. You got to see yourself. I can't explain it to you because you got to see it. I cannot show you these things. I cannot give you things. No one can do it for you. No matter what choices are passed, what laws are made, or what it is, if you don't love yourself and find out your true identity, and I'm not talking about these identities they're making up nowadays. I'm talking about the identity of your life, the precious moments that you're wasting fighting and arguing and creating and dividing and all this craziness, right? I don't like it. You know why? Because my kids got to live in this. When I'm gone, I won't be here. They're going to be here dealing with it, right? So I'm trying to teach my own kids the right ways. And guess what? I'm not perfect, so I'm not going to be perfectly teaching them everything that's right? But I want to leave behind some good words today. No matter what you think is going on, there's always something bigger behind it. It's not as simple as you make it. Stop fighting with each other about this stuff. Deal with it. Like, our country has so many laws and stuff. And there's victimless crimes that it's all about revenue and making money for the state. I could get into all these things, but let's stop warring against each other, please. I mean, if you really understood what your life means, no matter how much, it's just sad. I could go on all day about it, right? I hope that somebody out there learns to love somebody else today, or love themselves, because when you love yourself, just like I've been noticing in my, I feel like I'm in recovery from life, like people are in recovery from being drunks and alcoholics and drug addicts. And, we've all had experiences in those moments probably, but I feel like I'm in recovery of life. And, I have PTSD from this world, because this world is a punisher, and it will punish you and make you feel less than, and you are not less than. You're bigger, and you can have a life, and you can create life. Do you understand? You can create life. Some women out there cannot have babies, cannot have kids, can't create life. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. I don't know. What I'm saying is, you got to understand the gifts that we're given, to understand why people feel the way they do about these gifts when people take them. And yes, you can talk about the rape victims and stuff like that, and all the, I can, you want to talk about that? Yeah, okay, we can talk about that too. But that's something you're not going to wait 3 months to decide on, I don't believe, usually. And if you do, it's your choice. You know, I'm not telling you how to feel and what to do either, because everybody wants to get angry if someone has a point. But that's your problem, not my problem.